Hey everybody. Uh, Number 27. Let's go. I'm still not feeling 100%. It's been a long day. Number 27 in the Criterion Collection, Flesh for Frankenstein by Paul Morrissey from the United States, 1973. Paul Morrissey was part of Andy Warhol's group of artists. Um, it's not great. Let's be honest. It's just not great. It looks fine. The cinematography is decent. The set design and the costumes are fine. It is another version of the Frankenstein story. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm not sure if there's ever been an accurate adaptation of the original story. Everybody puts their own spin on it. For example, Igor was not in the original story. The original story, the creation of the monster is almost inconsequential. The main thrust of the story is him dealing with this life. He created this monster. He couldn't stand the sight of it. He abandoned it. And then the monster had to learn about humanity, but it was shunned by his own creator. And so he feels forever on the outside. And he takes revenge against Dr. Frankenstein for creating and then abandoning him by torturing his family. That it's a whole thing. But that never seems to be the version that we get, and this is no exception. In this version, Dr. Frankenstein is married to his sister and has two children and an assistant, Otto. And he's not creating a singular monster. He is in fact creating a male and a female at the same time because he wants them to breed a master race that he will kind of be the god of. And they will be the perfect race because he designed them piece by piece. And then things go badly, is the short version. As I was looking up information about this movie, it turned out Paul Morrissey frequently preferred to have actors ad-lib dialogue. That's always a bad sign. Several people have tried this over the years that I've seen. The idea of creating something new out of cinema or creating something more real, when really I just think you're too lazy to write a good script. Because I have never seen a film where the idea was I presented the actors with the thrust of the scene and just let them inhabit those roles and they came up with the dialogue. It's never good. I've never seen it be good. But that's not even what he did here, so I guess I'll stop harping on that. What he did here was every day he wrote the dialogue for that day, which is still not great because it means you're going into making a feature film without a full plan. Also, it is... I'm sitting here tearing apart somebody who's got movies in the Criterion collection, but I call it like I see it. You may like these movies, and that's fine. But it very much feels like he didn't audition actors for this film. He just gathered a bunch of his friends around because the acting ability is real... I don't want to say hit and miss because that implies there's some really good ones. Near miss and miss. The actors are not great. The dialogue is pretty terrible. The plot is fine. It's a little weird in places, but you kind of expect that. This one's not great. I don't recommend it. But that said, as I've always said, art is subjective. Just because I found this kind of amateurish and obnoxious does not mean it'll have the same impact on you, and that's okay. I'm not telling you what to like and what not to like. It's not my job. I'm just giving my feelings, my impressions. So, unfortunately for me, the next movie, number 28, is Blood for Dracula, also by Paul Morrissey from the United States from the next year, 1974. He shot and did these back to back. So I'm not expecting it to be dramatically different. I'm not expecting him to have improved on any of the things that irritate me. I expect it to, once again, Flesh for Frankenstein very much felt like a college student's first feature film. You know, he grabbed his roommate and a couple of classmates, and the only difference is that he had access to money for sets and costumes. That's the only thing that sets this apart from like stuff I was making in college. Not that I am by no means trying to equate my skills as a writer and director to a professional filmmaker, because I have never been anything but an amateur. But it very much has that sophomore year film project vibe to it. So I am not expecting much more from the next one. But, but that's fine. We've had several strong, good ones. I guess we were due. That's all I've got. So we will meet again for Blood for Dracula. Thank you for watching.